All right, the new album is called 26 East, which is the address you basically started Styx at in Roseland, Illinois, correct?
Yeah, it's my parents' home. It was the basement. It's actually Chicago. Roseland is a section in Chicago on the far south side. And I was 14. The Panazzo boys, John and Chuck, lived across the street from me, and we went in my basement that day, and we formed a band. We said, let's form a band. This is before the Beatles. 2 years. So we were kids. I was playing accordion. Chuck played guitar. And John played drums, and we were just trying to make please our parents. You know what we want. You know what human beings want. You know it. I know it. We want a pat on the head. We wanted somebody to tell us they approve of us, that we're doing a good job, that we love you. You
Right.
want that.
Sure.
You want that. Everybody that reads you or hears you wants that. And that's all we were doing. And then 2 years later, bang, the Beatles. And then we said, that looks like a good job.
Yeah.
So we went and started playing rock and roll music. But at that time, we were just playing standards. So 26 East and the album cover with the three locomotives was representative of the three guys who started it. Because without us, all the various guitar players who would join and leave the band over the years, it wouldn't exist.
Sure.
Because we stuck together. And every guitar player that ever joined, the three of us, joined a band that had gigs. Because we were pleasers. We played music people wanted to hear. We were performers, entertainers. And so every guitar player that joined the band that had gigs. So I thought it was hitting on my last record. Where it began, so shall it end. Full circle for me.
Okay, now let me ask you, because in the press release that I have from your publicist, it said, this was supposed to be because the album is actually called 26 East Volume 1. Now, in this press release, it says, this was supposed to be my final album, but there were so many songs written that Serafino, CEO of Frontier, suggested dividing it into two albums rather than one. This is Volume 1, which sounds pretentious to me, but the marketing folks wanted you to know there are going to be two. So, hey, kids, there are two of them. This is Volume 1. Now, back to Rolling Stone, it says in this interview, Andy asked you, what was the idea behind the songs? And you said it was a concept record from the very beginning. The concept was, don't suck. I don't want to go any further than that. You know, when you saw Willie Mays and he's at the end of his career, I don't want to be Willie. I'll stand on what I did, like it or hate it, there it is. Then I got talked into it. Now, why do you think, I mean, is there something you're not telling us all? I mean, you know, I know you're about 70 years old, but you still have a lot of music left in you. Why is this going to be the last album?
I don't want to do it. I had to be talked into doing this one. You know, Jim Peterick and Serafino from Frontiers, they did a tag team on me. You know, they put me in the figure for a grapevine, and they kept after me, and I kept saying, why would I do that? You know, the rock business it's a shambles. It's a joke.
Right. Which you mentioned, and you said, look, you know, it's not so much that the rock business is a joke, but you elaborated on the fact that getting the product out there to people. So, you know, I understand, yes, it may not be about sales.
The radio was the conduit for all of us. They were the ones, there was no internet. So the people at radio decided your fate. If they liked the record and they could be convinced and promoted into playing it, they would. And that is the secret to all the success. I didn't want to make money in the music business, though I'm happy to accept it. I'm glad to have it. I wanted to be on the radio like my heroes.
I grew up in the 70s, and you were all over the radio. You could not listen to FM radio in, 70s into the 80s without hearing Styx. And it was an instantly recognizable sound, especially on the songs that you sang. And, you know, the first time I saw you in Styx, you guys opened for Aerosmith in Philadelphia, which I thought was kind of a strange pairing, but nevertheless.
You guys in Philadelphia, you came late. You saw us First time in 1977, for God's sakes. We've been making albums like that since 1972, and we're in a local record label because we couldn't get booked out of Chicago. So when you saw us, we were a powerhouse. We blew Aerosmith off the stage figuratively and literally because that night they were so drunk and high by their own admission. Somebody threw an M80 on the stage.
I was there. Believe me, I know. And you're right.
The stage could happen. I was there. But we were so good. We were just an unknown quantity to you guys on the East Coast.
Well, we heard you on the radio. We knew you on the radio.
Because we were that good. But we had struggled mightily for years trying to get any kind of respect because we were on a local record company label that was just awful. And so when we hit the spectrum, we were firing all cylinders. We just released the Grand Illusion album, for God's sakes. So all the people on the East Coast came to the game for the most part late in our career. But it was a struggle to get airplay for us. Being on the radio was everything, baby. That was what it was. And so I looked at it now, and Jim Peterick saying to me, "You got to make this music. The world needs your music." I told him, "Have the world text me. I don't buy it." So there you go. He convinced me to making it, and I can't tell you. I owe the guy a debt of gratitude. I'm not going to pay it, but I owe him. And he nagged me like a wife, into doing this thing, and I didn't want to, because now anybody can make a record. Peterick, he and I took this deadly serious. We're professionals and songwriters, and we believe this. Don't clog up the airways with crap. Wait till you got something to say and say it. And I believe that I didn't need to say anything more to you or to the world. He convinced me differently. The interviews that I have given over the last 2 weeks, I can't tell you, I'm humbled by the response to this album. I don't know what to make of it, because quite frankly, I didn't think it was that good. I knew it was good. I put my whole life and passion and soul into it for almost 2 years. But the accolades I'm receiving...
Let me ask you about this because you worked on this for 2 years. Let's start with East of Midnight, which basically, from what I'm reading, it's a song about how late night radio changed our lives. And I can so relate to that. Laying in bed with a little transistor radio late into the night and listening to the songs. And it's such a good song. And, look, you're Dennis DeYoung. You're a name. Okay, as soon as I put this on, it is instantly recognizable to me that it's you. And it's also, as far as I am concerned, the sound of Styx, because you can hear it in there. Because, look, Styx to me was a very, you're talking about the guitar players, and I know there was all this friction, but the songs that stick out are the songs that you sang, Babe, Lady, Grand Illusion. Those are the songs that everybody knows. You hear it and you're like, that's Dennis DeYoung. I heard East of Midnight. Now, granted, I knew it was you, but if I didn't, I would have known. I totally would have known it was you. And it's a phenomenal song.
Well, I don't know what to add to that, except for thank you very much. Pick up your souvenirs as you leave the building and hold your applause. Look, the thing about all that controversy in Styx that was manufactured in 1999. Now, was there problems from time to time with any band? Of course. But in 1999, when I got sick and we were making an album, we just had a successful return reunion tours in 96 and 97. I got sick, and they wanted to go on tour, and I was too sick to go. I asked them to wait for me for 6 months. They said they couldn't. They replaced me. So they came up with the story, because the story that goes like this: Dennis DeYoung is our colleague, and he's sick, and we can't wait for him. That's a bad story. So they concocted this story.
Well, look, I knew the real story. Don't ask me how, but I did know.
I'm a poo-poo face because of this, that, and the other. Well, what was the poo-poo face just last year and the year before when we were selling out arenas?
Right.
They went back to 1983 to relitigate something that was not litigatable anymore, and just to create a smokescreen so Styx fans wouldn't all desert them. And they've been very effective at painting me in a certain way, just to say, we wanted to control the band, the two of us, and we didn't want to wait for this guy. That's what happened. And so when I look at all this stuff, we made great music.
Yeah.
Everybody loved Mr. Roboto when we were recording it. That's a lie. We were in there all together having a ball thinking, look what we're doing. Okay, so Tommy Shaw quit in '83 during the tour. He had other things going on in his mind. He said it publicly. He had drug problems, alcohol problems. What makes you quit a band as big as Styx in 1983? He went off to pursue a solo career. Let me correct it quickly. The other three guys in it said they were pissed. They want to replace Tommy Shaw. You know what I said? No. I said, Tommy and I are pretty important to the whole deal here, and we need to be together. Let's just give him a chance to do a solo album. So that's all manufactured. We got along. Go look at all the videos of us on stage together, and our photos were always arm in arm, laughing and having a laugh, because that's what we were. Do we have disagreements? From time to time, who doesn't? That's just baloney.
Now, let me ask you about this other song, because the song that's the last song on your new album, To the Good Old Days. Beautiful song, but it makes me want to cry.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah.
It made you cry.
I was
why?
Like, you know.
You want to know? Let me tell you why.
Okay.
Here's what I do. And I'm so grateful for you to feel that way. I am, and this is why. All I've ever done in my life, I'm a kid with an accordion and a dream, nothing more, making shit up as he went along. That's all I've ever done. I found some chords I liked, and I made up some notes to go on those chords, and I stuck words on them, and all I really did was give you my point of view about my personal life and about what I observed around me in the world, and I was hoping you would find yourself in my story. And when you tell me that about the good old days, that's not about me. That's about what you found in my story about yourself.
You nailed
I appreciate that. It's melancholy.
Yeah.
It's a nod of the head to the whole idea of living a life.
Very well put. Now, are you going to put out Volume 2? Because the way that you laid out Good Old Days, it makes it sound like you're done. So is Volume 2 eventually going to come out?
Yes, there will be a Volume 2, hopefully. The songs are done, and there will be another goodbye at the end of the next album. It won't be the same one. But this one, I had this planned, that addendum 2020. And I had it planned from the beginning that I wanted to say goodbye. You know why? My fans, and when I say my, being of Styx and me, what a life they've given me. People come up to me and they tell me all the time, whether they see me in person or on my Facebook page, how much the music that I was involved in creating meant to them and changed their lives for the better. And I think to myself, how the hell did I get this lucky? But I was doing it. When you were seeing me in 1977 as a young punk, right?
Which, by the way, I'm impressed you remember the year and the venue.
Yeah. Suspect him. How about that? The M80 went up and he ran off the stage. But listen to this. Back when that was going on, you know what I was trying to do?
What?
I was trying to beat Aerosmith. I was trying to beat Queen. Trying to beat Foreigner. I was in competition with those people. So the fact that the fans would be in their 50s and 60s and come up to me and say, "Man, did you make my life better? How did that happen?" And I think I am the luckiest man on the face of the earth. So when this 2020 comes up, AD, I'm saying, thank you. God bless you. Look what you've done for me, and keep the music alive. Close your eyes, and welcome to paradise.
I saw the Paradise Theater tour from the 4th row in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, it was a moment in time for me and for the band. We couldn't have been bigger. So, and it was all cylinders were firing. It was beautiful, and everyone in life. I wish this for everybody out there, that you have some of the moments I've had in my life.
Now, you still have always done Styx songs in your solo shows. You've continued to do that while these guys, and this was in Rolling Stone, while these guys don't, even though they caved and did Mr. Roboto after they made such a big deal about it. Let me ask you, let's say you guys have so much material. You have a huge catalog, okay? It's not like you need to go in the studio and make a new album and have all the creative differences. Why can't these guys just go, you know what? Fuck the past and let's go out and let's do this. I mean, it says here you haven't talked to these guys in like 20 years. You're more than willing to do it, and they're still holding an attitude.
I would just say to everybody, they have a Facebook page. I got no control. They replaced me. They ran me down like a dog for 20 years in the press. And I don't have any. I have no ego in this. I have no axe to grind, no hatchet to bury. I want to do it one more time for the fans. Get Mo, Larry, and Curly back on the stage.
That's what you said in Rolling Stone.
You saw how old were you in the Paradise Theater? 17, 18?
No, I'm a little bit older than that. I think I was. Well, you're right. I think I was about 18.
Okay. You want to see it, don't you?
Yeah.
Everybody does. Every Styx fan that's worth his salt wants it. Even the ones that claim they don't because they like the new band. I think if you like the new band, for number one, you're not being truthful. Number two, that's because you love Tommy. And whatever Tommy says and does, you're going to follow. I get it. People love Tommy. He's a talented guy. I love Tommy. Right. Tommy, I love you. We make great music together, for God's sake.
And that's my point. You guys made great music together, for God's sake, so why not just go do it? It would be humongous. The fans would love it. You'd be filling arenas. It would be a beautiful thing. People want to see that, and they want to see as much of the original band as possible. And you still have most of that, which is a good thing. So, I hope it changes. But, nevertheless, Dennis, you have persevered through all of it. You have been a fantastic interview. I am so happy that I got to talk to you. These are great songs, and I wish you nothing but the best. I'm looking forward to the rest of the album. Dennis, thank you so much, man. I will see you out there on the road.
Thank you.
All right, man. Bye.